Welcome to the Picture Perfect-ish podcast, where we talk photography, client tips, small business wisdom, and the real life chaos that sometimes wanders into the frame. I'm Dallas, photographer, mom, and chaos coordinator. Each episode, I'm giving you bite-sized tips to make your photos, your sessions, and your sanity just a little bit more picture perfect-ish. Let's dive in. It's almost Valentine's Day, and some of you might have snatched up some of my last-minute Valentines Day Minis that I offered this last weekend. They were so cute and so much fun. Next time, I'm going to plan to do these a little more prepared and a little bit more in advance so that it's not so last minute. I just always take Valentine's Day photos of my kids, and I figured I've already got it all set up, I might as well put these out there. But today's episode is about how to take your own Valentine's Day photos of your kids at home with whatever camera that you may have. Polaroids would be so cute, but you would have to be really fast. So these are also good for taking with your iPhone, or if you have a digital camera or your own DSLR, whatever you're working with. I think these are going to be really cute. First, we're going to talk about the setup. Look for a plain wall in your house that has good natural lighting. Even if you have to use like an entryway near your front door with your front door open, you could do these on your porch if you feel brave and want to battle the cool air. The key here is that you want to let in as much natural light as possible. Also keep in mind that if this area is open, that's great, but with littles, they're probably going to be on the floor. So make sure you're looking around their height. If you have to work with artificial light, like overhead lights or lamps, that's okay. Just be prepared that your photos might be a little bit more orange or might have a little bit more funky shadows. But that's easy to edit even in the Photos app on iPhone. I just typically would recommend natural light with all of the overhead artificial lights and the lamps turned off. After you find your spot, you want to make sure that you clear your clutter and make everything look nice and clean. Some other ideas other than what I've already talked about would be on your couch. You could do this in front of the fireplace if you have one in your home. You could do it on a bed if it's made up. You could do it at the entryway of your home near the front door. I've also seen a lot of really creative people will take a white bed sheet or a white blanket and drape it over something in their home, and that can be really cute as well. I typically like light colored backgrounds so that it removes any distraction and the focus is really on the kids. It also draws the eye more to the subject and it looks more elevated to me. Step 2, we're going to pick outfits. Now, for some people, this is the most fun part. For some people, this can be overwhelming, so I'm going to give you some tips. The first option is the typical Valentine's Day themed outfits. Boutiques like Lily Pads in downtown Northport, Alexandra's, and you can even find some online like at Stitchy Fish or some of the other really popular boutiques have precious Valentine's Day themed outfits. You can't miss with that. If you don't have Valentine's Day themed outfits or you kind of want to stay away from that, the typical Valentine's Day colors like reds, pinks, and whites are always classic. if you're gonna go with Valentine's Day color clothes, I would recommend solids that do not have prints if they're not Valentine's Day themed. Or another option is to do light colored neutrals. That way you can add pops of color with props and decor that really pops when you have neutral clothes. Tip: if you have multiple kids, I would suggest that their outfits need to kind of match or go together. It makes it look more thoughtful and more intentional. Step 3, accessories and props. This is fun too, but don't get carried away with this. This is the fun part. You can either go buy some of these things for really cheap, or you can find what you already have at home, which is what I did. I personally love to add pops of color because that makes it so much fun. Valentine's Day photos are supposed to be fun. I also like to incorporate some fun props because that really keeps the littles and little kids engaged, and it makes it so much more fun for the kids. Some of my ideas: some fun heart-shaped sunglasses, that's always fun. Balloons like red, pink, white balloons. One tip: movement is so cute. Tell the kids to stand up or sit still and then throw the balloons at them. It never fails to get the cutest laughter, the cutest giggles and smiles. Make it again. Confetti. Confetti is so cute, and it looks so cute for photos. So that is going to be at your own risk because that's going to be a big mess, and we don't want any little babies to eat any confetti. Okay, red lipstick. In my house, we like to play dress up for anything and everything. So for my girl, she loves getting to wear lipstick. When she gets to wear a bold lipstick, her personality comes out. She is sassy, and she is 100% more cooperative to participate in these photos, and she's gonna have a fun time. Moms, if you want to put on some red or some hot pink lipstick and then give your kiddos a kiss on the cheek, that can be so cute as well. That's really fun for babies, especially. I don't know why, but for babies, I think it's so cute when you have the one little kiss with the red lipstick on their cheek. It's so precious, and they usually love getting a kiss from mom. Lastly, I would say Valentine's Day candy, and for this, I'm kind of 50-50. First of all, we don't keep a lot of Valentine's Day candy at home, but I think this can be so cute. But I will warn you, your kids are going to be real fueled up later, but also, are they going to make a huge unphotogenic mess when they start gobbling up those conversation hearts? That's something to think about, and that can make things go south real quick. So to each their own for the conversation hearts. That's a no from me. Okay, here is a quick roundup of my last tips before you decide to take this on. First, you're going to take a lot of photos back to back. You're going to keep the fun going and everything exciting because nothing beats that genuine laughter and those giggles. 2, I would say, go through all the photos when you're done and figure out your favorites, and you can even go in on your Photos app in your iPhone and make a couple tweaks, and it can really get the look that you're going for. Okay, have fun. Don't be too serious. Don't spend an hour trying to get the perfect photos because your kids are going to be burned out, and it's going to be really hard to revive that energy and enthusiasm. Okay, lastly, time these right. Time these when everybody is full, when nobody is sleepy. Make sure you time these around naps and meals and snacks. You want to make sure that you've got everything set up and prepared before you bring the kids in. That way you can knock their part out real quick. Full bellies and non-sleepy kids make for good chances at this going well. My final thoughts on Valentine's Day photos at home, doing it yourself. Remember, this might be a little bit time intensive in the preparation side, so it's a good idea to get somebody to help you. Dad, grandma, a friend maybe, an extra set of hands that can entertain the kiddos while you're setting everything up and getting everything ready is going to take a lot off of you. It's also really helpful to have somebody there when you're taking the photos to keep the kids' attention and to work with you to help make sure that you're getting those smiles and you're keeping them engaged. At the end of the day, just try to have fun and know that these things hardly ever go perfectly smooth, so give yourself some grace. Okay, my co-host, ChatGPT, has prepared some rapid fire questions for me today, so now I'm going to answer those. Number 1. How long into photos do small children usually lose interest? For this, I would say it depends. If they are in a familiar place, I would say between 3 to 5 minutes if you aren't actively engaging them. It helps to have a stranger in their house that they're trying to figure out that's acting really silly. So, just to keep in mind. If they are outside of their normal environment, I would say you got about 20 to 30 minutes. So, work fast, work hard. Okay, number 2, pink overload or pops of red? I would say this depends on the day for me. I typically prefer all the color. I love color. But I wouldn't want any colors to clash or to look too overwhelming. So today, I would say pink overload. Number 3, favorite Valentine's Day candy. Right now, I'm big on the Nerd gummy clusters. Is that what they're called? I don't know, but they're really good. Number 4, if parents remember one thing when taking Valentine's Day photos at home, what should it be? Okay, have so much fun. Do all the themed photos because your kids are never going to be this little again, and the window for these kind of photos is so fleeting. So do the photos, have fun. Well, I hope you guys find all of my ramblings today useful, and maybe it sparked some creativity in you and encouraged you to take on Valentine's Day photos at home this week. If you do decide to do them, please tag me. I love to see these. They are so precious. Please tag me. And if you decide that this is too much for you to do by yourself, keep an eye out, because next Valentine's Day, I'm really going to try to do better and plan these out more in advance so that more of you have an opportunity for some of my Valentine's Day minis. I've never really done them before this year. But the great thing about Valentine's Day minis is that I prepare everything, I get it all set up, I'm ready for you guys, and you just have to get the kids dressed and bring them to me, and I'm gonna take it from there. So keep an eye out for that for next year. I think that's gonna be so much fun. I'm already excited. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you all have a magical Valentine's Day and you feel so, so loved. I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Picture Perfect-ish. If you learned anything, laughed, or feel even a little bit more prepared for your next session, make sure you hit follow and subscribe because there's so much more to come. See you next time.